We're headed back to the marina and run into an old friend. White Squall, the Beneteau 50 I sailed across the Pacific 6 years ago. And then we give you a tour of the brand new Island Spirit Factory. My new yacht was at the marina in Pattaya, Thailand, and we were headed there to see if we could get a second sea trial. All right, they still have some work to do for an hour or two on the boat. So we are gonna do something. Say hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Yeah. So we're gonna do something, and you guys haven't seen it yet. So the boat I sailed across the South Pacific is named White Squall. It's a Beneteau 50. I believe it's a 1990. I don't remember what year, 96 or something. Anyway, it is here in the marina. So Group Island Spirit has a sailing school, and they have one here in Pattaya, and then they have one in Phuket. And so they use the White Squall, the Beneteau 50, as their sailing school boat, and it's here in the marina. They're about to take it out on a sailing school thing, but we want to get over and take a look at it before they go sailing.
Is this a moment of nostalgia for you?
Yeah, for sure. I spent 9 or 10 months on that boat, crossing the South Pacific, going to some really cool places. No air conditioner, none of that stuff. And we had to rough it, but it was a nice boat. So we're gonna go check it out.
Can't wait to meet her.
All right. It was like seeing an old friend. Maybe they aged a little, but it looked much the same. Not much has changed on this. I think it's still the same cushion, same bimini. They took the Dodger down, and Dodgers, and you know, when it's hot, you just take it down, get it out of the way. But looks much the same. The new chart plotter, though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This was it. I recognize it.
Yeah, from the videos?
From the videos. I think I've seen this thing somewhere.
Wow, there's like actually a lot of space in here. This is a cool layout.
Yeah, this is nice.
Oh my god, like I didn't know for a minute, like am my eyes glitching?
Yeah. So
I like that.
2 cabins up front, each with their own head. Pretty good size. In hindsight, we probably would have picked one of those, but we actually stayed in this aft port cabin because when you're underway, aft cabins like rock less. So that's what picked it, but it was hot as F.
Oh wow.
Wow, this is way more space than I anticipated. This is actually really like comfortable.
How big is this boat?
50 feet.
50 feet.
They retrofitted it. Yeah, okay. So it used to have, that's the refrigerator, and then the freezer here. So it used to have these cold blocks in there. It was a engine-driven compressor that had 2 aluminum blocks in here with Freon in it that would freeze the block solid. Like it was metal, so it just got it really cold. And so you had to run the engine about 2 or 3 hours a day to cool that all off. Yeah.
Don't die.
Way like older sailboats smell. This actually doesn't smell as musky, but like I actually quite like when you can hear them flexing in the waves. I know it can be annoying for some, but I just think it's beautiful.
It does smell good.
Yeah, it smells like old boat. Man, yeah, this thing hasn't changed much. Yeah. Pretty cool getting to see it again.
How, like what year?
I believe this is a 90, I believe it's a 95 or 96.
Okay. All right, so what do you think though? What is it like to be back?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a good boat. It really is a solid boat. I can't believe I spent 10 months on it, like no air conditioner in the South Pacific, hot as F. I mean, look at me right now. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sweating. It's, you know, we've been on the boat for 5 minutes. Yeah, but pretty cool. I mean, very nostalgic being back to it. It's been a long time. I haven't seen this boat in 6 years probably. I remember that toilet. It got clogged one time.
I'm sorry. Go on.
And yeah, so I had to take the toilet apart. You know what was in there that clogged it?
Tampon.
Fucking tampon.
Does you never do it? You won't have the problem from us. We know better.
Wait.
Yeah. Okay, it stinks. Oh, urine. Oh. What have you been eating? Oh, come on. And I'm hoping that's all. It's just like a tampon.
What color is it?
Oh my God! Somebody who freaking it's a tampon. There's like who's an idiot that puts this?
There were a lot of girls in this room.
Grass? Why is there grass in there? Do not put tampons down the toilet. Hey, beer assistant. I need beer.
Not near me.
Good
job, Bobby.
Thank you, beer
I
assistant.
appreciate it.
Where were you like a year and a half ago?
I like that you started it off. It sounded sentimental. You're like, I remember that one time with the toilet, and then you're like the toilet back there. I didn't.
Well, and then
expect that.
this toilet over here clogged, and so we just left because we were crossing the South Pacific. So we just left the holding tanks open, and the way that these toilets work is, sometimes there's a valve that you can either tell it to go to the holding tank or just overboard. This one doesn't have it; it always goes through the tank. So we would just leave that valve open because we're at 1,000 miles from land. You don't need whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, what happens when you do that is that stuff dries out along the edge of that little opening, and eventually, kind of a little bit at a time, adds a little layer and layer, and then it makes a solid layer and then stuff builds up on top of it. And so we're moving underway. We didn't want to have to stop, so yeah, we ended up we put a snake down there and finally got it out. But yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was gross. Well, this is gonna suck. You may remember from a previous episode, this is the one bathroom that doesn't have a head pumped directly overboard. It all goes through the tank here. Well, the problem is that tank's not emptying anymore and it's full. We don't want to have to stop to try to snake it from the outside, so we're gonna try to snake it from the top down. See if we can snake it down. I don't know. It's gonna be really gross. I don't know if this is a wise decision, but we're gonna try to snake it from the top. Basically, it goes through the little entry, through the tank, and then through. It's gonna be gross. Get this.
Oh my God, that's all Bobby.
Success! A lot of poop memories on this boat for that reason, I guess, all that stuff. But it wasn't too bad. But we've had some issues. We had some steering. We had a throttle cable break. We had the starter go out. This is all middle of the South Pacific. But overall, it was a pretty good boat. No solar, that was kind of sucked, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of good memories. So, do you think y'all could have spent 10 months sailing that boat around the world?
If you didn't drop a tampon, I could probably handle it. The first snaking, I'd be over it.
I'm not sure. It's like, could I? Yes. Would it be hard? Yes. I don't know. What do you think, Bobby? Do you think I would stay 10 months?
I don't think you would.
Really?
No. I don't know. It's maybe. It was an adventure. You got to do some really cool shit, but I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you could.
I don't know. I really don't know. You know me well enough, though.
I don't know.
That seemed really spacious and really comfortable, but I think I was primed because I was so deprived of comfort, space, and reasonable sleeping quarters, and then to see that, it'd be that's actually pretty great, pretty doable.
Well, it's not the size and all that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the size for me.
It
It's not the size that matters, Bobby?
Yeah, it's all about the motion of the boat, right?
Yeah, we did the 34 Sea Ray, so I know I'm good on size.
Yeah, so it's not. It'd be so.
Not getting.
Well,
off
I guess
the boat.
two things I would do before I do that again. is solar panels and air conditioning, for sure. Other than that,
And the biggest crossing on that was 17 days.
yeah, 17 days.
awesome.
But you gotta, I mean, we did it at the right time of year. I mean, so it was never really too hot till we got like, once we got to Indonesia, it was kind of stifling hot. But the rest of the time wasn't too bad. Back to our boat that does have AC.
Yeah.
They've got it turned on, at least half of it turned on right now. So we'll go there, chill out, literally, and then hopefully take it out for another sea trial. Unfortunately, my boat wasn't going to be ready for a second sea trial, so we headed over to the brand new Island Spirit factory. They had just finished construction and within days of filming this, moved their production there. If you'd like more information about Island Spirit, please click the link in the description. All right, by now you have seen the brand new Island Spirit 525. We're going to take you to the future home of their manufacturing facility. And we have here with me today, the general manager for Group Island Spirit in charge of manufacturing.
Yep.
So Lee Bright, thank you for hosting me today.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Tell us what you got going on here.
So basically we've got a double size lot compared to where we were before.
Right,
Yeah.
oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of space.
It's big. So the workflow, basically, that big building you see there, that's going to be our robotics area. That's where we're making new molds. We're going to retool everything, to help with the finish on the boats. Once we've done that, the molds, as you can see down the bottom, we're setting up tents now. There's going to be 9 tents on this side, which are 20 meters long by 12 meters wide, 7.5 high, so we can build 525s in them.
Right.
Yeah, there'll also be 2 tents here. The plan here is we'll lay the hull and the side molds up, join the boat, fit all the components inside, which will all be down here. We'll have a new spray tent, we'll have a proper ventilation area. And
so most of the work is done outside. Well, you got the tooling and stuff done inside, but then it's all assembled outside in the tents.
Assembled in the tents, yeah.
Okay.
And the joy of the tents is we can put them all on wheels.
Right, move
so
them
once
around.
we've done, we can move the tent out of the way and get the crane to lift straight off.
Ah, okay. So you can roll the tent over the mold.
Exactly.
So it's easier to do that than to.
Exactly.
Okay, then to move the mold around. Or
and then what we do once we've got the hull, tunnel together, flybridge on, then we will move it over here to this factory here, which is then will be the finishing area.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your ultimate goal here? I mean, like, how many boats are you trying to do a month when it's all said and done?
Yeah, we have the capacity to build 8, 12 boats quite easily. Getting them out on year end, we'd like to try to aim at 8 to 12 boats. Excuse the mess at the moment. This is where we're in the middle of the move, right? But you'll see along here, basically, there will be 2 24-meter rails on either side, 6.7 meters wide with 2 KUKA robots. You'll see them down the end there. They can work 2 together in unison on the middle mold, or they can work on separate parts on the outside. So basically the workflow will be coming in from the end there, from the stainless shop. So we make the supporting, that will come in to the flow and then out that way. So basically what you do is you create a plug, you put tooling paste over the top, and then the robot cuts the tooling paste and makes a fine finish for the hull side, for the tunnel, which means once it's come off the line, when we go to use it over there, we don't have to do any more work on it.
There's no more polishing and all that.
No more sanding, fairing.
Because that's got to be a big, I mean, I've seen people, the sanding's got to be the main thing.
The
takes
time,
forever, right?
the time and effort it takes.
Yeah.
And these are the beasts, these are the robots.
Yeah.
We had them operational down at the other factory. Yeah, and the first part that we made was the flybridge for 525 hull 1. This will be the interior machine shop.
Okay, you got the CNC machines.
Yeah, so we've got CNC machine, we've got a cold press, which is where we press the laminate onto the fibre. We've got a bench saw, and then here we've got 2 edge banding machines, which puts the edges on all the finishing. This one does the longs, and this does curvatures. And then this will be the stainless shop. So this at the moment is the tents.
Right.
So we're taking the tents from here and erecting them there.
What's the goal, start to finish, on a 525 eventually? Like when you first start, putting in the mold and all that.
We want to aim to build it in 9 months.
Okay.
9 months.
And you can have how many in process at once?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
What we do need to do though is expand our workforce.
Right.
Yeah. We're changing. We're tapping into a bigger area here because we're in an industrial area.
How many employees do you have right now?
When I started 2 years ago, there was 28. Now we have 82.
Okay, and you're still wanting to expand on top of that?
Probably to meet that capacity, we probably need to get to about 130, 140.
Total.
Total.
Okay.
That includes office and design guys as well.
Hey, it's
But that's a challenge. That's one of the biggest challenges I've found, is finding the resources.
right.
Manpower.
Right, manpower. Hey, I'm looking forward to come back next year when y'all got this in full swing and you got like 9 boats in progress. That'd
It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great.
All right. Well, hey, Lee, thanks for taking me down, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, we'll do it. So this is their final assembly bay. We talked about it over there. They can fit as many, they think maybe as many as 8 525s in here. So they could have that many being finished at one point in time. So starting pretty soon here, and once they get this up and running, I believe their goal is to get 12 boats a year right now. And then they have the capacity and space to expand that to double that at least. It's just about getting the manpower and the orders. Really, they've come a long way from the first time I saw their factory and made some steps forward. So pretty cool, and they got things rolling. All right, guys, I'm going to show you another system of the boat. Last time I talked about the drive batteries. This time I'm going to talk to you about the house batteries, and that is from RoyPow. Unfortunately, where the batteries are is kind of hard to get access to. I will show you as best I can, but I would have to remove another component to get all the way at the batteries. But I'm going to start off with the control panel here. So RoyPow, really impressed with how everything's working so far. So this is the control panel for the RoyPow. So I have 25 kilowatts, 25.5 kilowatts of lithium batteries from RoyPow, and then they have their control panel here. So not only does it have so I have 5 different packs. Each one is 5.1 kilowatts, and then there's also a battery monitoring system that controls the cooling and the charge rate so that it doesn't overtemp the batteries or overcharge them or anything like that. And then you have the control panel right here. So it's a pretty cool system. So right now we've got our battery pack here, and you can see we're using our batteries right now at 22.6 kilowatts. That's because we're running the AC. It's raining outside, and I don't want, it's just hot. So anyway, we're running all the air conditioners at full load. We can knock almost a full kilowatt off that if we were running, just the cabin stuff. But then it's got settings here for the solar panels. So right now the solar panels are not going through the RoyPow or their connection. Anyway, this line, it will be set up to where I can monitor each individual PV, because I have 3 different PV stations. You can see they're there. They just haven't connected them yet for the monitoring. They will do that. It could be set up to have the RoyPow inverter system and all that in here. We don't have that, although I will say the manufacturer's been really impressed with RoyPow, and they're considering changing all the inverters to the RoyPow stuff too, because it integrates so well. But you can click here and go to your battery monitoring, and you can see we have 5 different packs, plus then another battery pack for the just a very small one, just enough to run the monitoring system. But our batteries are at 58%. Right now we're using almost 100 amps at 26.2 volts, so 2600 watts. We can monitor the battery packs for each different pack right here. So it's got, you can see all the cells, their values right here. So 3.28 volts is the highest one. So you got 8 different cells in each battery bank, so you can see what they're doing. And you can see they're all about the same. You can see all the temperature points there. You can see this battery's at 58%, 57, and it's discharging at 20 amps. Then you can come over here and you can see the same information for like battery pack number 4. So it's at 60%, and it's got all the different cells and all the different temperatures on their side. So really cool, where you can check on the health of each system and each individual cell. So I really like that monitoring panel. I mean, there's so much information on there. The 4 different temperature sensors. It's got the cell voltage. It's got the cell health on each cell, so you know if one cell is going bad. But really cool information. So now I will take you down under the master cabin, and that's where the batteries live. So this is the master cabin. Each bed is a queen bed in the entire place. Pretty awesome. So now I have to destroy our bed so I can get after it. Basically the mattress folds in half this way, and then I'll get to access onto the hatch. The RoyPow batteries live underneath here. Unfortunately, you can't really get very good access to these. I'd have to pull. So on top of it is the battery monitoring and cooling system for the drive bank. So the drive bank is liquid cooled, and then it has like an exhaust, like a radiator that it ships hot air out of the boat, and that's right above the battery bank. So I'd have to remove that housing to get access to it. So I'm doing the best I can to show it to you. But so on top of the whole system, you have the battery monitoring system for the RoyPow batteries. It's not very big. It's about the size of a shoebox. and all the banks are connected to that. Underneath that is one of the battery banks themselves, and then on either side of that are 4, 2 on each side, RoyPow batteries. Each of them is 5.1 kilowatts, lithium ion, and they are controlled by the battery monitoring system, so it controls the temperature. Right now it says they're at 31 degrees according to the sensor, but that's because they're just charging at 2600 watts right now because we're running the AC, and there's no sun out there, unfortunately, because it's raining outside. That's where we're kind of stuck in the cabin. But it all fits in a relatively small space under the bed. Now if you were to, think about it, if you were to have the equivalent size battery bank of AGMs or lead acid, so say you're just getting those 125 amp hour batteries from, like I've gotten them before from Sam's Club or whatever, those things you would need about 14 or 15 of them to have the same size battery bank, power wise, as these RoyPows, and that would take up probably 3 times the space as these lithiums, and then weigh 1,000,000 pounds. Each of those battery weighs I think 90 pounds, so you would have, oh my gosh, you have 15 of them, so you'd have almost 1,500 pounds of batteries, whereas I'm not sure how much these weighs. I'll put a schematic on there, but they're a lot lighter and a lot more efficient space. And so I'll show you some of the graphics on the batteries themselves and some displays, that because I can't really show you while they're in here, but really happy with the RoyPow system.
Oh, hey! Didn't see you there, just wearing my sunglasses inside because it's so sunny in here. Not because...
Well, she still looks beautiful even though she's only wearing a shirt. It's kind of hot though. All right, I'll let you get back to work. But all right, so that is the RoyPow system. I'm impressed with it. I'm not just saying that because the system's on my boat. I'm impressed with how the monitoring system works, how everything's connected together. And if it was, and I think even the manufacturer's thinking about going with their inverter system as well, because everything connects together. It's really efficient. So if you'd like to know more about the RoyPow system, there's a link down in the description. They are a sponsor, so they supply the units we're using here, but I really am happy with how everything's fit together. So that is the house bank system for this boat. I guess the next system I'll show you is the solar. Myself, Amanda, and Lauren will be at the Annapolis Boat Show October 10th through the 14th coming up next month, and we'd love to see you there. For tickets, please click the link in the description. We're going to have a special happy hour and meet up with our patrons and channel members. So become a patron, and we'd love to have a drink with you at the Annapolis Boat Show.